Okay, good evening all. This is Tom here, and in my last video I told you some of the issues that we're having, and one of them was the static grass applicator. I got my power supply in and I tested it out, and now the static grass stands up. So the 9-volt battery just isn't strong enough to make enough static electricity. So my recommendation is to get the power adapter and then use that. So what it is, you got the static applicator, and this cable here has an alligator clip on it. You see it opens up, and that goes to this anchor. Get it up in the, goes into that anchor. And that anchor you put in the paste that I'll show you in a second when it's on the top of the layout. And then if this thing here has an on and off switch. I don't have it plugged into power right now, but I'll show you that once I get the extension cord over here. And then I'll show you what we do with this cable too. I use a small spatula to spread the static tack down, which is Woodland Scenics Static tack. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit, and it does it. This is my vacuum, and it has a little light on it. I don't know if you can see it. See the little light there shining? You can see what you're doing. And then this button here turns on the vacuum. So that vacuums up all the loose static, and then you can reuse it again. And this is what I'm using, 12 millimeter medium green. So that's what I'm just using now. I got 7 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 2 millimeter. I got straw. So now that it stands up, I can start applying all the different ones around. And so I'm going to show you. I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to go down and get the power extension cord, and we can plug in the applicator. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got my extension cord here. I always wrap it around my ladder here so that it doesn't fall down and make a little knot. And I plug the adapter into that. And then we just hit this little on and off button here, and you're going to see a light come on. And now that's making static electricity. What you do is you take this alligator clip and you clip it right onto this, and now anything in this area will be static so that the grass will stick to it. So I'm going to turn it off for now, move this out of the way, and we're going to take some of the static tack, this stuff here, static tack, FS644 from Woodland Scenics, and I'm just going to start putting a little bit. I just put little dots. Might need to put more on depending on how well this smooths out. I want to do around the corner here this time around. Get this section here done. You can still see me, that's good. Okay, and then I always put the cap back on so it doesn't get a mess, and then I just start spreading it out with my spatula. I painted the road in today too. I designed my road system this morning and then drew it out with a magic marker and then painted it this afternoon. So I got a roadway all the way up here. And you just keep on spreading it. Make sure you get it all kind of like a little bit on it. Just like so. Very simple. And I'll go down the small side maybe with a smaller amount, a smaller millimeter. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do there. I'm going to put a little more in. So you just take the lid off the top here, and I take some of the static grass out of that, and I just pour, just a glob in, maybe another glob. You don't need a lot. And close that up. And then what I do, it's off the camera, but that's okay. You put the static glue over it on this side here, and then you can see how I'm doing this. And now we're going to turn it on. See the light there? We take the anchor, and I'm just going to put it right there. And then you take your static grass applicator, and you don't want to go any higher than 3 inches above the surface you're working on. And I like to work it on an angle, and I just start sprinkling it all over. And you can see how it's standing up. Well, I don't know if you can see that there, but I can see it. And it's amazing how it just stands right up. I give it a good coat. And don't worry about the stuff that falls on the track or on the floor or anything like that. You can always pick that stuff up with the vacuum. And it's really amazing that this simply stands up like it does. And I ran out of static grass, so well, there's some in there, but I'm going to put some more in just to make it a little easier. And do that so it doesn't fall over the place. I got a nice wad in there. Close the lid, it locks in place so you don't have to worry. And then I just start now I take the anchor out and move it to where I applied, and then I cover up that spot. Because you can't get anything underneath the anchor. And then after several hours this all dries, and then it looks, the white, you don't see no white anymore. It really thickens up. So that's it. Maybe I'll put a little more there by the the roadbed. And then that's it. And then I turn it off. Now there's no light no more. I take the anchor out. See how it's stuck? The grass sticks to it. And I just put it aside. And then that just sits there. And then I take the vacuum. That's this guy here. And see all this grass here on the road. I just vacuum it up and then I can reuse it. On the track, on the roadbed, all that. And this area here where I didn't even put any glue, it fell on. And on top of my ladder, that pad there, and you see you get a nice little, that was empty before, that's how much excess I picked up, so that's good to spread around in another location. So in the back there, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod now. And on the back there, I'm doing those types of applications, the Woodland Scenics blended turf, fine turf, and that's not ballast, that's another turf. I didn't have the, it was in a bag, I didn't get a whole big canister of that, and then I used the Scenic, Woodland Scenics glue to do that. Now we get down close on what we just did, you can see the grass is standing up. So that's a lot nicer. There's where I did it for my first test. Then down there, you can see how it didn't stand up, which it's okay. I'm not worried about it that much. But I was puzzled why it wasn't standing up, and that's why I decided to get the you know, the adapter for it. So like I say, batteries are okay, but they're not good enough for certain things. And I got some more track to lay before I do all this other landscaping. Like that section there is going to, will be going to the helix, and there's the tunnel for the helix. But I ran out of roadbed, so that came in the other day. So over the weekend I'll finish up laying all the tracks in place. And over there, some more track I got to put in place. Like I say, I ran out of the roadbed. That's just like a siding there. Some business, I don't know which one yet, is going to go along there, and another business at the end of that road there by that other camera there. That's what I'm planning to do. And like the road all in place, I put some side roads in, some crossings over the track. I got to get some track crossing sections. I'm going to spin around here on the ladder, and that's another project that's waiting for something to come. And my double slip up there, there's the trains that I had running on up there, and I had a video, so I just put some cars on there and they all work, and it's pretty smooth. So then I'll ballast all this track after I run these trains for a couple of more hours on it, make sure there's no problem, especially after I get done doing all the you know, the scenery stuff. Then it'll be a bunch of trees to make, so I'll be able to put up a lot of trees up here, just to cover up a lot of the open area and stuff like that. And on the turntable, I'm not sure about putting a roundhouse in there. I don't know if I have enough room to put a roundhouse. The dimensions are just quite a little bit too big, and that's as far in as I could have made the turntable without doing some major changes in my track plan. So maybe I'll get the roundhouse and see how big it really is, and I could leave like the walls off on the back end because it's up against that wall back there anyway, so I don't know. But anyway, that's all for that. I just wanted to show you the grass applicator working. And oh, one other side note, my 3D printer was picked up by UPS today to go back to Amazon, and I'm going to order another one so I can make all those BD20 holders, so I can clean up that wiring underneath there too. So that's sometime next week. We'll see how that works out. So that's it, and it's Friday night, and I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Tom, and y'all take care. Thanks.